Oh my days. What have I just seen? Welcome to the Liverpool Talk Show. Welcome back to L5 Star FC. Big up to everybody who will watch this video. I hope you're all having a belter day. And usually this is where we'd start talking about Liverpool. But breaking news. We've got to cover it. The lads will be with me very shortly. Newcastle. Premier League champions 2025, Champions League winners 2025. I don't even know if there will be a Champions League in 2025 because goodness knows the footballing world is moving absolutely mad, boys. But it's absolutely crazy the amount of money that Newcastle will have from this. It's unbelievable. They will have more than 10 times as much as Manchester City, and that's just a statement in itself. They will have. Let me get the stat because this is just mind-blowing for me to get wrong. Newcastle's new owners, Saudi Arabia Public Investment Group, are not just richer than the rest of the Premier League owners combined. They are richer than the top 10 richest club owners in the world combined. More than 10 times richer than Manchester City's owners. Boys, I don't know if this is good for football personally. I know this is a Liverpool talk show where we talk about Liverpool, but I feel it's only necessary we do talk about Newcastle just to kick off the vid because, bro, I don't want to see it, man. I don't want to see it. We're in a predicament where we're disadvantaged now because we have FSG still, and then Newcastle have owners who will back £320 billion net worth into a consortium, into a football club. It's just unreal. But we have a person who is amongst the L5 Star FC greats. He's been on a few videos and he has hit the ground running with a bang. It is the one and only. It is Ben. How's it going, Ben? How is it going, my guy?
I'm good, man. I'm great. It's great to be back. How are you, my brother?
It's all good, bro. It's all good. I'm just absolutely gutted about the Newcastle takeover. I just wanted to see one last potential twist in the tail and that ought to all be called off. But what are you saying about that? It's just absolutely mad for me, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, the internet has been going crazy about it, bro. But I feel like people are, there is some exaggeration. I feel like they won't be competing for the league like next season already. But
no,
I feel like give them a few years, they'll definitely be in and amongst the top four, man. But yeah, that's just crazy, dude. But that's how modern football is, dude. You buy your way in. Yes, man.
Yeah, so, and if you think Newcastle's the last team that this will happen to, with the way that football's going, then you've made a massive mistake. Just that's the way it's going at the moment, and it's just absolutely crazy. But it's a Liverpool talk show, and we will be giving you the most recent Liverpool news. So the topics that we'll be discussing today on the channel will be Origi to Barcelona, give Hendo a start for England, Karim Adeyemi links, and also we will be talking why aren't Liverpool giving Mo Salah the contract? The biggest talking points of our beloved club Liverpool will be coming to you very shortly. We may have Salah in the building. We don't have Wakar. But first and foremost, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content you do see. That is, of course, hitting a like on the videos will really help our platform. I've just come off a stream by myself. So guys, if I'm a bit off it with my information, please just give me a little bit, cut me a little bit of slack. I've just been on my own channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to my channel, Klopp Talk TV, as well. The Goals Live guy says a very sad day for football. Is Salah's world's best player at the moment? And that is a question we are going to be talking to you about. Kick-off question. He said it straight away, mate. The big up, Static Marsden. Is Mo Salah the best player in the world at the moment? Ben, over to you, son.
I think he is, man. I feel like it's obviously it's difficult to say because there are Benzema's also been playing well, Lewandowski's been playing well, but I feel like his name is definitely in that conversation. For me personally, I think that he is the best player in the world, man. I mean, just what he does on the field, bro. It's like fuck. It's like he makes goals out of nothing, man, really.
Yeah, it is. It's just like I've never seen a more complete version of Mo Salah. He's 29 years of age, and he's just banging goals in for fun. That's 6 goals in the league for Mo Salah this season.
Like, Mo Salah right now reminds me of Suarez in 13, 14, man, where he would just make goals out of nothing, dude. Like, he would literally carry us through games, and that's what he's doing now, for real.
He is. He's grabbing games by the scruff of the neck, and obviously you alluded there to Suarez. Suarez left the season after. Do you think Salah will leave if we do not offer or get that contract sorted ASAP? Do you think that he could be tempted elsewhere? Newcastle, I'm in the conversation. Nah, but do you think he could be tempted elsewhere?
I feel like he could be, man, because which club wouldn't want Mo Salah? And the likes
Yeah.
of PSG, Real Madrid, maybe even Newcastle, like they can pay big bucks for him, man. They can give him that contract, a contract that he deserves, really.
Yeah, they can.
Because definitely, man. And I feel like if he leaves, it'll probably be our biggest loss since Suarez left.
Yeah, that's a very bold statement, but I think you're more well in your right to say that. Obviously, we're just going to get some information on Mo Salah, but do you think, from what we've seen so far of Mo Salah, can he keep that up going forward? Do you think he can keep that level of consistency?
I hope he can. I mean, we've seen him do it he did it in 17, 18, so I just hope he can just keep this consistency now. I mean, if he doesn't get injured, then I can definitely see him keeping this form till next year, till the end of the season, man. And if he does keep this form, then he has to be a contender for the Ballon d'Or, man. Like, because right now what he's doing is just crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, Pro Club's goals got to a point before we could. We were obviously going to talk about what Fabrizio said about PSG wanting Salah as Mbappe replacement when Mbappe goes to Real Madrid. Now, that looks certified. It looks like that's a done deal in the sense that he'll be off to Real Madrid. It looks like he'll sign a pre-contract agreement. Funny enough, we had on Clock Talk TV, Rob reviews, who works actually, funny enough, alongside Fabrizio Romano, and he said that Salah's contract could be done before or is set to be done before the end, the start of next year, which is a promising sign. But to see this report does really make you think that, could Salah get tempted? But then again, we've got to rephrase and we've got to take ourselves out of the situation. Mo Salah is a world-class player. He's an unbelievable player. And if you're telling me that Mo Salah isn't going to attract interest from big clubs, then you don't know what's coming. But we've just got to trust in Mo Salah that he'll pick the best destination for himself, which we all know is Liverpool. As soon as you start chucking Real Madrid, PSG into the equation, a flop is one word to describe 99% of the players that transfer in form to clubs like this. So, look, if we haven't seen, or if you can't come to the conclusion, for not just like people in the chat, if you can't come to the conclusion that Mo Salah loves Liverpool after what he's done against Man United, how he celebrated when Ali scored that winner against West Brom, I can't help you, bro. The man loves the club. And even Mika Richards as well for Sky Sports, he even said before that he played with Salah in Fiorentina, and Mo Salah, all he talked about was Liverpool Football Club. So that's just what we got to take into account.
Let me say this: Mo wants to stay. Like, I feel like everybody knows Mo wants to stay, but he just wants to get paid what he deserves, man. Because when you do your job well, you get a raise. That's just how things work. And he's looking at the likes of Sancho and Aubameyang and De Bruyne getting paid more than him, and he feels probably like, I should also be in that bracket. But I feel like he's not gonna ask for anything outrageous. He just wants to get paid like the star that he is, bro, because he should be paid like one of the best players in the world. But if we can give him a proper deal, I'm not saying we have to give him like 500K a week, man. But if we can just give him a proper deal, he will take it because he does love this football club, and I think he wants to stay.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, we've got another guest. Well, not a guest. He's a regular. He's been on more videos than me. It's Salah. We've got the one and only, the transfer guru, Fabrizio Romano, in disguise. We've got Salah on the screen, big up Salah. And obviously, carrying on, we were talking about Mo Salah. I don't know if you were listening, but we were talking about Mo Salah. And obviously, that comment that you can see at the bottom of your screen about PSG What are your thoughts, bro? Do you think that he'll sign that contract before the end of the year, or do you think that this is a complicated process that will take time, or do you think the very opposite, the complete other end of the spectrum? Do you think it gets sorted ASAP?
Oh no, man. Let's see. I think PSG rumors are normal. I think when you're the best player, when you're top 3 best player in the world, you're, of course, let's think logically here. PSG's owner is Khalifi. Khalifi's an Arab. Khalifi's a Muslim. Khalifi knows that Salah he represents the Muslim football community. He knows that if he gets in PSG in for the big bucks. But after signing Messi, number one, the position is not there for him to play. And number two, I don't think PSG will have the financial thingy to keep up with the deal. Because let's be honest, I don't think we're going to hold out for anything less than £150 million if we do sell him next summer. Because come on, let's be honest, 100 million is nothing for Salah. I would not take 100 million. So 150 million, I'd say, is a fair price. But along with that, he's going to know he's going to PSG. He will demand 600k a week at least if he does go to PSG. But I don't think it's a problem at the moment. I think, again, I did say if you're a big player, you're going to get linked to the Galacticos, Real Madrid, PSG. But I don't think he'll sign the contract by December. I don't think he's going to sign the contract before the end of the year. I don't know. I don't know when. Because, it's confusing because one minute Pierce is saying the deal's closed. The next second he's saying it's done. Now Fabrizio's saying there's no agreement. Like, you don't know what to believe, really. So, again, it's just about time, innit? Like, if it happens, then, of course, we're all going to be happy. But if it doesn't happen, then just expect protests to be outside Anfield.
Yeah,
What
just
we might
expect.
see, what we might see is Salah signing in January to kind of like how they did the last transfer window, where they like had all these like contract signings to kind of distract us from us not signing anybody. So I feel like if we don't sign anyone in the transfer window and Salah does sign a new contract, they'll definitely hype that up.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. And obviously, what are your thoughts, Salah, on the takeover of Newcastle? We have touched a bit upon it, but we want to obviously get your perspective of it. And obviously, what's your overall thoughts about that? And how long do you think we will see that impact of this takeover settle into Newcastle?
Wallahi, I couldn't care less. Wallahi, I couldn't care less. Once I couldn't. The only thing I care is that they worth 206 billion. That's the only thing I care about. I couldn't care less, man. Newcastle takeover. I think, again, the only part where I'm worried is the long term. Short term, I don't think they're going to make a big influence. I think it's deemed. One of us will drop out of the top 4. City, Liverpool, United, Chelsea. One of them will. And it's looking like it'll be us. And that's what gets me a bit scared. Because when Klopp leaves this club is done. It's done. It's a big statement, but it's done. Tell me a manager you could work on the FSG's payroll and win the Champions League and the Premier League like he did. I don't think there's a manager like Klopp, and any manager like Klopp that can do that. We don't know if Gerrard can do that. We don't know if Ten Hag can do that. We don't know if Nagelsmann can do that. All those managers are money-based managers. Nearly everyone in the world is. Not to say the club hasn't spent money, but all that money that's coming is from sales. It's from like the club's revenue. It hasn't been solely from the owners, which other teams like Chelsea and Manchester City spend solely money from their owners. And in the long term, as soon as Klopp goes, Newcastle are going to be signing them top players. They have the money to, but we don't. That's the only part where I get scared. The long term, Newcastle might maybe just dip into that top 4, taking either us or Manchester United. It's a bold statement, but you have to look at it positive. You have to look at it open-mindedly. We're not even in the top 10 for the most richest Premier League clubs. We're not, and that's sad. We're just very unlucky. We just don't have that. Klopp goes in 2024. Hopefully extends for 2 more years. But if he doesn't get backed, I don't think he'll extend for 2 more years, and we're gonna be done. So I don't know, man. It's a bit of a sticky one, but at the moment I don't care. But in the long term, I think it's gonna be affecting to Manchester United and Liverpool.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But obviously, we will move swiftly on. Big up Salah. What I'm gonna do is because I need to go for food, boys. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my camera off. I'm gonna mute myself, but I'm gonna stay in the stream. So if that's all right, if one of you guys can take over on the topics. Potentially Salah, and what I'll do is I'll coordinate the comments, keep the discussion going while keeping the banners going. Is that all right, guys?
Say no, bro.
No worries. I may be back before the end of it, but I'm just giving you the heads up. So yeah, guys, Origi. What are we all saying about Origi? Is letting Origi go good for Liverpool, considering his start for the season and potentially our lack of attacking options going forward. Past the Christmas, past the January point. Obviously, we know that Barcelona are interested, but we obviously know that Salah and Mane, AFCON, that's only 2 games. But we have to play it by ear. What are your thoughts to the Origi links to Barcelona? Would you take it? Do you think Origi could take it?
I would definitely I would take it, man. Like, as much as I love Divock, I feel like his place or his time in this squad is done, man. Like, if he were to go to Barcelona, because I'm not quite sure about the finances thing, but I think Barca still owes us like some
No, I
money
don't think
from.
they don't owe us any money, but they have 20 million to spend in the January transfer window.
Yeah, fuck, dude. I would take 20 million for Origi, man. Or I'd even take Coutinho for Origi. Like, I feel like selling Origi would give us motivation to go and buy somebody new who could maybe actually compete for a place in the squad. I mean, like I said, Origi's time is done, man. Like, I love him and everything is done for the club, but for me, I wouldn't mind seeing Origi leave. I feel like he should have left um, before the season started even, but Klopp said they didn't get a proper offer for him. But 20 million would be more than enough for Origi, man.
Yeah, 100%. I think again it goes down to the solely fact that I only see him going if we signed another player. Of course, we're gonna get onto that later onto the stream about a potential target that has been in the headlines for the past day or so. So yeah, again, Origi. I don't know. It depends if Barcelona go for him again. There's only one decent report that's come out from Barcelona, from Catalonia. That's the only thingy. But again, we have to wait and see because the Barca situation right now is Braithwaite is out, De Jong's not performing, Laporta's not happy with that, Aguero's injury prone, Depay is the only effective forward at this moment in time. And I'm not calling Origi effective, but maybe Barcelona are thinking that Origi is effective, which he isn't. He's not consistent. He's not effective as he used to be. So again, for us, we will just laugh and take the money, go and sign a striker. But for them, it's going to be peak if they sign Origi. Because let's be honest, Origi's he's not at it now. But maybe if he goes to Barcelona, he goes in because no player turns down the opportunity to play for Barcelona, even if it's right now. Like, come on, Barcelona will always be Barcelona, and I think Spain kind of suits him. I think we saw what Danjuma is doing now in Spain. The numbers he's putting up for Villarreal, amazing. Maybe Origi can do that with Barca. I don't know. The transfer window is full of surprises. We'll wait and see. I'm gonna move on to the thingy striker topic. January transfer window. Of course, we have 2 players we're going to discuss for the transfer window. Again, keep your questions in, come in, anything about transfers, anything about what players we're linked to. Of course, I should know everything. I do keep up with the latest news. But the name that has been going around the thingy is Karim Adeyemi. I think he is a 21-year-old striker that plays for RB Salzburg. Used to play for Bayern Munich's academy, got kicked out. But he's a very, very good player. The numbers he's put up this season are amazing. I think he's so similar to Firmino, but the thing he has is finishing, which is what Firmino lacks. He's a very good finisher, very good movement. His dribbling is amazing, and I think he's such an amazing talent. Again, I think he's 19 or 21. He's German as well, so again, he has the potential there to be one of the best players, one of the best players in the world. So Again, the price is about 25 million about for him, 35 million euros. So yeah, Liverpool are very interested. Of course, Tier 1 reporter Sky Max said Liverpool are exploring a deal for Karim Adeyemi. CF Bayern also came out with it, but along with our interest, sadly, the interest of Bayern Munich and the interest of Borussia Dortmund and the interest of RB Leipzig follows. And out of the three of them, I think I'm more worried about Leipzig because again, Leipzig and Salzburg are brothers. They're like brother clubs, so I don't think they have any problems linked to them. But I think the only problem I have is Bayern Munich released Adeyemi. Maybe Adeyemi might want to go back to Bayern and prove himself there because all the reports that have included our interests have said he prefers a move back to Germany, which is quite worrying. Is because of course we want him to come to us, but if he wants to go to Germany, then he wants to go to Germany. We can't really stop him. So yeah, that's what I make of the Adeyemi news. Ben, what do you think? How do you think he'll suit your style of play? And do you think it'll be a good deal, or do you think it'll just be another type of Minamino deal?
It's difficult to say, man. I mean, I can't comment much about the kid because I haven't really seen him play. I haven't really watched him a lot. But at this point, I just sign anybody, man. Especially someone who can be a replacement for our front three. You said that he's from Salzburg, which is it's pretty encouraging because I know us and Salzburg and Leipzig also like both of them play like a kind of similar way to the way that we play. So him coming into the team would be able to adapt very well, I would say, into our team, especially like our style of pressing. But in terms of where he would go, honestly wouldn't, like you said, I wouldn't be surprised if he went to Salzburg. I mean to Leipzig. Because like you said, they're brothers. After that, I also wouldn't be surprised if we went from Leipzig to Bayern. But if we do sign him, I'd be buzzing, man. Because like I said, as long as we would just sign anybody, because our front three is gonna be so thin in January, man. So literally anybody would do for real. Like if we could sell Origi and sign Adeyemi, I'd take that in a heartbeat, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Because again, don't forget. I think a lot of people are forgetting that the time period where this terrorist can take a huge split is when Salah and Mane go for AFCON. And that
Yeah,
is a big worry because although you might say Salah's the only major one, Mane is picking up his form now. He scored against Manchester City, he scored against Brentford, I think. So
yeah,
he's building up his form and like those he's getting those goals and we might miss those goals. Salah's Salah. We are gonna miss Salah regardless. Like,
yeah.
come on, it's Mohamed Salah. Hopefully Egypt get knocked out early. No disrespect to them, but we really need Salah back as soon as possible when he's gone. But again, come on, the people who are gonna replace him: Jota, Firmino, and Origi. Jota is good, but with Mane and Salah, Firmino's inconsistent, and Origi is Origi. Or Minamino doesn't have enough strength to compete. I think Adeyemi can play on the left, he can play down the middle, and I think with Adeyemi you can make a lot of system changes. With Adeyemi you can go him up top with Bobby as a cam, Jota on the left, and on the right you can have
Yeah,
someone like Harvey because I think Harvey will be back by then, and then you can have your double pivot. So I think Adeyemi opens up a lot of solutions, especially when Salah and Mane go AFCON. But again, we'll have to see if this move happens in January or if this move happen in summer because there's a lot of rumors that the move might happen in summer as well. But again, that's our take on the Adeyemi links. Another player we're going to go to, surprisingly, Yves Bissouma. Of course, I think there has been recent news of, I can see the grin on Ben's face, there has been recent news of him committing sexual assault. Yeah, it's just quite saddening, of course, but
yeah,
yeah, he will be released on bail November 3rd, I think. So, yeah, but as soon as the news came out yesterday, the Liverpool Echo reported Liverpool are preparing a £30 million bid for Yves Bissouma in January. So, well, it's just it's just like all in the heat of the moment. Like you're just shocked at what Bissouma has done, and then you see we've made a
yeah,
bid. It's just I don't know. Of course, I'd love him. Like I still like wouldn't mind him after the incident that occurred, but yeah, I don't personally see us making a move from in January. I think we'll even make a move like this. It's either if Harvey comes back in time, we won't sign a striker, and if our midfield depth keeps on getting injured, then we'll sign Bissouma. I think it's either Bissouma or Adeyemi we sign in January. But I think we sign a player in January for sure. Ben, what's your thoughts on the Bissouma links?
I don't think we'll sign him, honestly, man. Because I mean, he's such a good player, and a lot of people were hyping him up to be the replacement for Genie. But like you said, if Harvey's back at that time, and if Thiago's also fit and firing at that time, and we managed to keep our midfield without there being too many injuries, then I don't think we'll sign him really. And also, you have to look at the PR of the whole thing. I don't think it would be good publicity for us to sign him after what happened. So I think he might. I don't even know if Newcastle might even sell him. You know, if he is found guilty and all that. But I honestly don't think that we'll sell him. I feel like that ship has sailed, man.
Yeah, I think I agree, to be honest. Okay, I think I've run out of things to talk about. There we go. Ellen just popped up with something there. Of course, transfer news is done. Not many, of course. Well, there is one more that we could talk about that popped up to my mind. Is Federico Chiesa, of course,
Yeah.
very 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 reliable journalist in Italy, Gianluca Di Marzio, did report the other day. Liverpool tried tried to convince Federico Chiesa to join Liverpool in the summer. A bid of 100 million was put in, but Chiesa and his father wouldn't budge. It's just, I couldn't be asked, man. Ben, come on, tell me.
Fuck, dude. Like that would probably be one of our best signings for the past few years, man.
Mm,
Because that kid is so fucking good, man. Like
he's so good.
he's so good, and him in our midfield with Thiago and
He
Fabinho,
plays on
or
the
with
right. He plays on the right wing.
yeah. Oh fuck, I forgot, man. But yeah, he's just so good, dude.
Mm,
And but like what I'm saying is like with our midfield with Thiago and Keita that can put those passes in for him, bro. Like he's just really fucking good, dude. That would be yo. I'd be ecstatic if we signed him, bro. But knowing our owners, I don't think it'll happen
mm,
because his price tag will probably be too high. So I'm not gonna get my hopes up.
mm. Yeah, I think, of course, I was devastated when I heard the news because I think the news also came out in the summer, but people wanted a more reliable confirmation, and we did get that a couple of days ago. But again, it's just a kick in the teeth because the report also came out from another journalist that you only like a lot of people are like, okay, if we put in 100 million bid for Chiesa, why did we not put in this bid for this player or whatever?
Yeah,
But again, even the Athletic made an article the other day. The reason we went for Chiesa is because the way our club works, we go for those specific players when no one expects them, and that
yeah,
Chiesa thingy was the exact same thingy. Put in 100 mil for that certain player that we wanted. Probably that was the only player that Klopp wanted. Probably because there was a reliable account on Twitter that did say if Klopp wants a signing, it will happen. There was only
yeah.
one
That's
player he wanted. He wouldn't say the name, but there was one player he wanted, and FSG would be able to finance that move. Of course, they put in the 100 million bid, but to be honest, you can't really slate Chiesa for saying, I want to stay in Italy. I want to stay with Juventus. Again,
yeah,
it's a kick in the teeth, pain in the ass, but in football it happens. But it's just annoying. It's because, bro, just imagine the front three of Jota, Chiesa, Salah. Bro,
fuck, dude.
that front
Imagine
three
how
is
dangerous that would be.
dangerous. Even Mane, Salah, Chiesa is dangerous.
That's
So,
dangerous, man.
again, you have to be honest, you can't say nothing to Chiesa and his father for staying in Italy. It is what it is. Move on to Adeyemi and hopefully we can get him. Move on to the start of the season. Of course, we started the season very well. Maybe the draws against Brentford wasn't the best, but again, we're the only club unbeaten in the Premier League. But from what we have seen from August to now, do you think then Liverpool have what it takes to win the league, to overcome Manchester City, to overcome Chelsea? Do you think we have that ability? Do you think we have the mentality to win the league from what we've seen so far?
I think we can win the league. That's not to say that we will win the league, because I mean, City and Chelsea have also started pretty strong. I mean, we have 4 wins and 3 draws, which, if you ask me, we could have had a better start, because those draws, because we saw in 18-19, those draws are the ones that will drop you points, dude.
Mm.
Those draws are the ones that win you the league. And especially in 18-19, we saw how close it was. And this season, it could be the same. So we need to turn those draws into wins, man. And one of our weaknesses really is our squad isn't very diverse in terms of systems. Like, we have one injury and then everything is like, it's fucked.
Mm.
I
Yeah, yeah.
mean,
We don't have the squad depth to compete with the clubs like City, the club like Chelsea.
yeah.
So, yeah, I get what you say there. To be honest,
And the other thing is, if that's the case, then why don't we try and change things up? Because I mean, if Man City get an injury, they can switch up their formation and they can play like,
because they have the players to do that. So,
yeah,
and
yeah,
we don't
yeah,
have the players to change formation or to change system. I
exactly,
don't think
man.
Klopp's like
Like
that, to be
this
honest.
past
But
like this past weekend against City, Milner had a yellow card and we had to put on Joe Gomez at right back when we all know we can't play right back. So one thing that I would love to see, do in the transfer window is definitely bring in a diverse group of players, that can play multiple roles. Welcome back, my brother.
I'm back. I'm back. Go on, Ben. Carry
Yeah,
on, mate. You were
yeah,
doing
yeah.
a brilliant
You
point,
know,
man.
so that we can, so that, because that's probably one of our weaknesses. One of the things that the likes of Chelsea and City have above us is they have that squad depth, and that allows them to change their formation, change their system when they play against different sides. But when it's us, once a team has our number, or we get an injury or a yellow card or whatever it may be, then it's basically over for us. It's like we don't have a plan B, really.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And do you think that will cost us in a period where, obviously congestion around Christmas time? Do you think, obviously I was listening, boys, brilliant transfer links by you, Salah, and Ben, obviously talking about Liverpool and Chiesa, Adeyemi and all that sort of stuff. But do you think that, we said it in the transfer window, if we don't buy players, we will regret it. But from what I've seen so far, and obviously them draws at Man City and draws at Chelsea against Chelsea and draw against Brentford, look, they're hiccups. However, the fact that we're still unbeaten in a league where you have the teams around us that are competing, are still, being beat, shows pure intent that the other teams will raise their game to try and beat the teams in and around us. And I think the fact that we're still unbeaten is a testament to the Klopp morale of the Liverpool dressing room. I think, that shows real character. And if that's anything to go by, if we show that character and that sort of persistence through the whole season, I have 100% faith that we can put on an unbelievable show. And I think we can. I think we are. I really think we can push for the title. But FSG, obviously, we've seen the Saudi Arabia news today. FSG, is it just showing them up, Salah? Obviously, the fact that obviously we don't know how these new owners for Newcastle, run this football club. Will they just take the money a bit like the Glazers, or will they actually invest into the football club? I've heard obviously they're likely to replace Steve Bruce immediately. I think I've heard also that they're not going to buy 100% straight away, but over the course of the time and improvement of the infrastructure, they will obviously bring in the additions of new signings. But obviously, this is showing up FSG, of course. Salah, go on, you can rant, bro, because I know you are very hot-headed on this topic, and rightly so. You speak for a lot of Liverpool fans. Go for it. Over to you, Vlad. Over to you.
Fuck you, FSG. Fuck you, Tom Henry. Fuck you, Matt Gordon. Fuck you all. Yeah? Your club runs on a budget. Newcastle are worth 206 billion. Alid, they make 200 million worth signing of transfers. That's pocket change for the Arabians. It's complete pocket change. It's nothing to them. It's absolutely nothing. 200 mil, and our club is gone into liquidation. That's how fucking broke we are. Top 10 clubs in the Premier League, richest. Manchester City, Newcastle, Manchester City, Chelsea, Manchester United, and then there's Wolves, Southampton, then you have Leicester. The top 10, there's no Liverpool. We're 15th, I think. We're fucking 15th. A type of Liverpool. Liverpool, what the biggest club in English football, have owners that aren't even fucking in the top 10 for the most richest club. And all you top Reds will complain. They're like, okay, we won the league. Okay, we won the Champions League. I want instant success, which we're getting, but I also want a long-term future to be secured. And this is exactly what happened when we won. This is exactly what happened when the Rodgers period, when we were such a good team. But after Suarez left, we didn't invest properly. Okay, let me tell you a good fact, yeah? Mike Ashley, who's just left, okay? Alan, correct me if I'm wrong. He's described as a dickhead across Newcastle, isn't he? He is.
Yes,
okay?
yeah.
He has spent £75. He has spent £75 million more on transfers than FSG since Jurgen Klopp won the Champions League. Mike Ashley, we're talking about. Probably the most greediest man in football. The guy who completely ruined Newcastle has spent more on transfers than Mike Ashley. I mean, they have spent more on transfers than John Henry. And to me, that doesn't make sense. You're basically telling me that if we had Mike Ashley, he would back Klopp in a better way than John Henry is. And it goes to the argument, oh, Klopp's not asking for players. If Klopp's not asking for players, surely FSG have the state of mind to know, okay, I can see, because there's definitely someone that knows football in there, like Mike Gordon. He definitely knows, okay, I see the club. We need an attacker, we need the right back, we need the midfielder. They can see the problems in our squad. They're not blind. They have two eyes open. They don't have one eye open when they're sleeping. They have two eyes open. So that's disgraceful. That he spent 75 million is a large amount. You could get a good backup right back, a towel for £20 million. Then you can get Guiri or Bissouma, one of the midfielders, or an attacker for your choice. Or you can get an Adeyemi for 20 million, and then you can just get like cheap midfielder. Come on, Alan.
Cheap
midfielder.
Gallagher. Nah, he'll be quite good big money. I don't know. Nathan Dyer. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Paqueta's pretty cheap right now.
I don't know. My mind went blank then. Yeah. Go on.
Paqueta's pretty cheap right now. Paqueta, Adeyemi, a towel. That's about £60 million. We win the league guaranteed with those three players. Guaranteed. And I'm not even over exaggerating. All we need is a £60 million investment, £75 million investment, knowing Michael Edwards, we would win the league with the right position. But again, we are not getting that investment from the club that is needed. And now, bro, I pray for this club. I pray for this club. For the after Klopp leaves, I pray. Because I said it. The club, FSG are going to think another manager is going to be able to come in and go along with the structure. Brendan Rodgers fucking said it himself. The reason I did not win that league was the lack of backing I had from my owners. I wanted a central defender. I got fuck all. And I lost the league because of that. Don't blame me, blame FSG. And he was absolutely right there. He knew what was going to happen. And if it was not for Klopp, say if Materazzi, he was one of the favourites coming at that time. Materazzi and Eddie Howe. Right now, we would be in deep trouble. We would be also right now if Eddie Howe had come in or Gary Monk had come in instead of Klopp. We are so lucky. Every day I look back and I say, I am so lucky that Klopp had joined Liverpool because looking at this right now, Klopp has. Oh, is that Klopp? I don't even know how Klopp does this. Honestly, how has he on a limited budget won the Champions League and the league? It's unexplainable. But again, you always need to build on that. When we won the Champions League, we spent 2 million. We didn't even spend nothing. We spent like £2 million on like Harvey Elliott or someone. I don't know. We spent nothing. You
Yeah.
build. When you win things, you build. And FSG failed to deliver. They said they would deliver. They said they specifically on an interview they would deliver, and they did not deliver. If they call Seth Vandenberg and Adrian delivering, then bro, you completely do not know about football. When you won the Champions League, you're the highest club in the world. Everyone wants to come to you. Anyone is willing to sit on the bench for you. Do you know why we missed out on Werner Aled? It's because we didn't sign him the year after the Champions League. That's why we missed out on Werner. Because I guarantee you right now, Werner would have been happy to sit on the bench after the Champions League win. I guarantee you. Because you're paying for the biggest club in the world, the biggest players in the world. You're going to learn, even if you're off on the bench. Diogo Jota is a primarily example of this. After we won the Champions League, the hype died out a bit, which is why Werner said, no, I want first team football. People might say, Werner, oh, he's shit now. He's not shit. Trust me, our attacking line would have been beautiful if we had Timo Werner. The runs he makes in behind are magical. But again, he's not our player, so that's minor. Again, the Premier League season, it took them 2 weeks until the last transfer window to buy Thiago and Jota. Okay? And they should have sent a backup right back that summer. And the fact it took them that long for the investment to happen is just not right. And then we come on to this summer. This summer is oh my god. This is the one summer where we could not fail to not invest. This is the one summer we couldn't. And we did the exact same mistake. We just bought Konate. No disrespect to the kid. We just bought Konate. We should have bought a Tau or Aaron. We should have bought Basuma or Paqueta. We should have got Guiri or Adeyemi. 3 players in those positions that maximum just take up £100 million did not get invested on. To me, is they don't care about the club. They don't give a fuck about the club. I don't see them coming for games. I don't see them watching the games. The only one out of FSG you can give props to is Linda, because Linda actually follows the game. And she gets abused, which is unnecessary. I'm not saying send abuse to John Henry, but he's a fucking twat, and he can go and fuck off, man.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I think he's hit the nail on the head there, to be fair.
Yeah.
But Ben, obviously, why are Liverpool fans not reacting in the same way as Newcastle fans reacted to Mike Ashley? Because I think a lot of people are stuck in the past with what FSG have done for the football club, and they've done some brilliant things. But towards the end of their tenure, which I believe this is the last straw, I purely believe. Why are they only now getting, this type of, rightful criticism, in my opinion, when they've been in ownership for 6 years, and when you compare the trajectory of their finances, they haven't really changed their model much. Why now is it a problem?
I think it's a problem because in terms of the transfer window, we haven't really moved much in terms of our transfer system. Because when FSG first came in, we were basically on the brink of financial ruin. So then you could understand, not wanting to spend money, not wanting to buy players, not wanting to overspend. But now we've won the league, we've won the Champions League. So you have to ask yourself, where's that money going? Because like Salah said, after we won the Champions League, we signed like Elliott and Seb Vandenberg, I think. After we won the league, we didn't sign anybody that I can remember.
No.
Exactly, dude. So you just have to ask yourself, where's this money going? Because you see on Instagram, LFC or FSG are planning their transfers like a year and ahead. They'll say
It never
like,
happens. It's all bull.
exactly. They always say like the January transfer window is going to be a big window. They've been planning it a year and ahead, whatever. But come January transfer window, nothing happens. And you see things like them saying how big our deal with Nike is, them constantly, expanding the stadium because they know it'll bring in more revenue. But none of that, like, where's the money that you're putting back into the club to ensure success? Because I said it before, they only see this club as a business. And last time, and when they first bought the club, the business was sinking. So they had to get it out of that financial ruin that they were in. And now they're trying to maximize their profits, man. So they're
Yeah.
putting all that weight on Jurgen Klopp's shoulders, and they're basically asking him to do the impossible. Salah even said it, bro. Like, Brendan Rodgers said it himself that his biggest issue was the transfer system and the owners, man. And I don't know how Klopp has done it, but he has seriously worked miracles, man. Like, people underestimate what Klopp has done with these owners. So I don't know. I feel like if Salah doesn't sign a new contract, that could be the last straw, because that would definitely. I've been FSG out for a long time. I know some fans are still FSG in, but if Salah leaves, I don't know how you can still be FSG in, man. Like, fuck, dude.
Yes, I'm not.
They're,
Yeah,
they're treating us like we're a mid-table team that doesn't have money, dude. Like, I saw, like, so when Salah was talking about the list of like the wealthiest clubs, United is like only 2 places above us. Southampton is above us. Everton is 1 place below us. All of these sides, they still sign players, dude. Like, I can't remember a transfer window when Everton didn't sign somebody. You see what the Glazers have been doing now. They've been kind of trying to buy the fans' forgiveness by, signing Ronaldo and Varane and Sancho and all these other players, man. FSG doesn't give a fuck. Like, they don't give a shit, man. Whether we
yeah.
forgave them
That's
the league sub or anything, they don't give a shit, man.
They don't. They don't. If you compare what we do, there's no real statement signing. If you can seriously look at our transfer window and say, buying Kanate, that's a statement signing to show that we're going to bounce back this season. I'm sorry, but there needs to be a statement signing. I'm not saying follow every club's transfer models, because clubs work in different ways. They operate money in different ways. They put money for, they just operate money. They operate wage structure. They operate who gets loaned out. Every club is different. But if you want to follow a way that will psychologically get a step above your opponents, you get a statement signing. I don't care if every other club does that. You put a statement signing out to send a warning. You do it. Lukaku with Chelsea, Man United with Ronaldo, Man City, Grealish. They did try and get Kane. Where was our statement signing? And I don't know why I'm flagging up only this season. Their model has been existent and has been along the same trajectory for the whole tenure that they've been at the club. So why are they only now getting this criticism? I purely believe that it's from, one, the Super League, it's two, from the ticket prices, it's three, from the furlough thing in lockdown, and I think four, it's the fact that the injury crisis last season. Those are the four factors. Three fingers, that was four.
Alex, we're just broke. We're just broke. We have no money. We're just fucking. We're just broke. We have no money at all. We're broke. How can you not be in the top 10? How can Liverpool not be in the top 10 for the richest owners? We're just broke. The thing I don't get, sorry, I just want to quickly say, the thing I don't get is that we were offered 3 billion to sell the club to some anonymous owner. We were offered 3 billion. Liverpool came up in the mirror just after the Super League. We were offered 3 million. You fucking morons, you bought the club for 200 fucking million. You accept that free bill, and the investment you make, you can buy as many yachts you want. You can buy as many plastic surgery fucking tits you want for Linda. It's, oh my god, man. You bought the club for 200 million pounds, and if you're getting 3 billion to sell it, sell the club. Just let the fans out with their misery. Sell the club, but they don't want to. They just want to make our lives a living misery. They give us excuses summer after summer after summer. And then I've just seen this comment. Yeah, FSG have done a lot for the club. FSG up for me, alleged Harden comes. You said this last summer with thingy. You said this last summer with we said this a few summers ago with Werner.
Mbappe.
The next summer you'll say with Wirtz, Pedri. It's the same thing. Thank you, FSG, for saving us from liquidation. It's 10 years gone now. I don't care. I want my club to be good for the long term, and I don't want to go back to liquidation or be on the verge of liquidation like we were 10 years ago. I want our club to be financially stable, good in the league, winning trophies, not just scraping on all this. No, I want them to fully invest, and I just don't think. I don't know, man.
Yeah, honestly, bro, I don't know. Anyway, to end this on a positive note, we will be covering you with content over the international break. We'll be covering you with an international roundup this weekend. Then we'll be covering you with a few live shows, probably a live show similar to this one, a discussion on the Liverpool news. And then we will do another one later next week with Watford. So don't make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Make sure you hit that like button. I mean, what are you doing if you haven't done so already? But guys, just make sure all that we ask for is if you can help our channel by just hitting that like button. It really does help our channel. Just hitting it doesn't take over 10 seconds. It doesn't take less over 2 seconds, to be fair. Hitting that will help the channel more than you believe. What was that Pep's words? Jose's words. Anyway, I don't know. I'm getting off topic here.
I just want to say, go lives, guy. I know this is Alpha Star FC, so just stop trying to wind me up.
Our club is financially stable, but we're not in any debt. Look at the likes of us.
I know this is Alpha Star FC or someone. Stop trying to wind me up, man.
No, that's fair enough. But now, bro, it's all good. Big up Ben, big up Salah. Like it always is. Big up. It's always a pleasure to share the stream with the boys. And just make sure, guys, if you're interested in the content that these two legends beside me have to offer, make sure you follow their socials, which are in the banner down below. But big up to all the chat as well. We have to give credit where credit is due. They have put on a good show in terms of getting some comments in, bringing some discussion, trying to wind Salah up even more. But other than that, it's all good. It's all chill. But we just want what's best for our club in terms of security on the long term. That's just all we want. It's just we're not seeing that, so we're venting because we cannot see any signs that we will be stable in 4 years' time. That's just the thing. But guys, big up to everybody. You've pulled out a madness. I pulled out a madness as well by going to get food while operating the stream still. But big up to Salah and Ben for deputizing. But boys, see you all very soon. I will speak to the lads after the stream, but big up the chat, and we will see you very soon.